Get ready for a deep dive. We're tackling Orson Scott Card's Ender's Game today. And not just, skimming the surface. We're going deep. We've got excerpts, we've got Card's introduction. It's fascinating stuff. Okay, so Ender's Game. It doesn't just jump right into the action. It starts with Ender's childhood. And it's not your typical childhood. Imagine Earth. Right, overpopulated. There's a two-child policy, strictly enforced. Now, picture Ender. He's a third, an illegal child. Brilliant kid, fiercely independent, and stuck between these two siblings with totally opposite personalities. You've got Peter, the older brother, ruthless, cunning. He's got this aura about him, like he's barely containing something dangerous. Then there's Valentine, Ender's older sister. She's all love and empathy, but she sees it, the darkness in their family, especially in Peter.
And that's Card's genius right there. He doesn't just make these siblings like background noise. They represent something bigger. These conflicting ideas about survival, about how to deal with something utterly alien. Peter, he's that calculated ruthlessness. Valentine, she's compassion, trying to understand. And Ender, he's got the potential for both. Makes him fascinating, right? This study in duality.
Exactly. It's like Card is setting up these impossible choices Ender's going to face. And even besides being a third, Ender's childhood, well, it's rough. Remember that scene? Bullies have him cornered. He's terrified. But then that fear becomes this chilling threat. You realize this kid's capable of anything.
Absolutely. And that scene, it's not just about violence. It shows how vulnerability, how being manipulated at a young age shapes him. It sets up the whole theme, the psychological cost of war, what it means to lead, that fine line between protecting yourself and becoming ruthless.
Like Card's saying, to become a brilliant military mind, sometimes you need a tough start. But okay, let's talk battle school. Imagine a space station, an elite academy. Kids, some as young as 6, are being trained to fight the Formics, the buggers, right? These aliens who attacked Earth. Now enter Colonel Graff. He finds these gifted kids, recruits them, and he sees it in Ender, this strategic genius, maybe humanity's only hope, but to make Ender into a weapon. Graff, he gets manipulative, plays on Ender's insecurities, isolates him from the other kids, pushes him to the limit.
And that manipulation, it gets really interesting. You see, Card says in the intro, he was thinking about real military tactics. Psychological conditioning, how they get soldiers ready for war, makes you think, how far is too far, even if it's for the greater good.
Right, right. And what does it do to these kids?
Battle school. It's like its own little war zone. These kids are being molded into weapons. Childhood, gone. It's all competition, isolation, manipulation.
Brutal. And Card, he doesn't make it easy on Ender. He's constantly challenged. The training's tough, sure, but it's the other kids too. They ostracize him, bully him, even attack him.
But he's resilient. You see it. Ender adapts. He outsmarts them, uses his brain, even makes friends in the most unlikely places. Remember Eli? That quiet kid?
Yeah.
He reaches out to Ender right when he needs it most.
Up in the launch. Salam. It's like this moment. You forget how cutthroat battle school is.
Exactly. It's that humanity. And Card's saying, that's important. To be truly brilliant, especially against aliens, you need more than strategy. Empathy. You got to understand the other side.
See them as people, not just the enemy. And then there's the battle room. This is where Ender truly shines. Zero gravity, these mock battles. But it's not about being strong. It's about your mind. Thinking ahead, knowing what your opponent will do. And Ender, he's amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Like that enemy's gate is down strategy. So clever. Using what seems like a disadvantage, turning it around. That's Ender. Not afraid to break the rules, True prodigy.
Like a chess master, 5 steps ahead. And as he wins, rises through the ranks. Card introduces these other characters. Each one shapes Ender in some way.
Right. You've got Bernard, the arrogant commander. Then there's Bonzo, all about tradition, doing things by the book. Total opposite of Ender.
Every encounter, it's like a lesson for Ender. He's pushed, tested, and we see who he really is. But here's the thing, right? While Ender's fighting these simulations, Card's got this other story going on, outside battle school. And it gets kind of ethically murky.
Yeah, remember that giant's drink thing from Ender's Game? The giant drinks the potion, doesn't know it'll destroy him.
Right.
That's Ender. He's being manipulated. Doesn't even realize the stakes.
Then we've got Colonel Graff, the International Fleet. They're shaping Ender, turning him into the ultimate weapon. Figure they're saving humanity, so it's okay. But then there's Peter, back on Earth. Remember, battle school rejected him. Too unstable.
Oh, right.
Well, he doesn't just disappear. He starts getting powerful. Not with weapons, but with words. Influence. Shaping public opinion. Pulling strings behind the scenes.
Fascinating. So you've got these two brothers, both powerful on opposite sides.
And right in the middle, Valentine. She loves them both, but she sees what's happening. Through her, we see the fear back on Earth. People are terrified of the aliens, but also of their own governments.
So, like, the real battle isn't just in space.
Mm-hmm.
It's for humanity itself.
For sure. And Ender, he's clueless, thinks he's just playing a game, getting ready for the next simulation.
He has no idea.
No idea that it's all about to become very, very real. So last we saw Ender, he was at command school, pushing himself to the limit.
Yeah, those simulations were getting intense.
But he was in his element, you know? Commanding his fleet, taking out the enemy.
With the little doctor, no less.
Right, that terrifying weapon.
Yeah.
But the twist.
The simulation. It wasn't a simulation.
It was real.
Ender, this kid they'd trained to be a weapon.
He wiped out the entire Formic fleet.
Just like that.
And he had no idea. Thought he was playing a game.
Devastating.
It really is. Card, he doesn't let you off easy, you know?
No, he doesn't.
You're right there with Ender, realizing what happened, the consequences, the sheer scale of it.
And the moral questions it raises.
Exactly. Like, how far is too far? When does the end justify the means? And who's responsible when that line between war and game gets so blurry?
It's that giant's drink all over again, isn't it?
Right.
Ender, he was a pawn. Manipulated every step of the way.
And the worst part, the things that made him so brilliant.
His empathy, his ability to see the other side.
That's what made him so easy to use.
He wanted to win, to protect people.
Blinded him to the cost.
And you see it afterward. The guilt, the remorse.
He's just a kid carrying the weight of that.
But then, something interesting happens.
He changes.
Becomes the speaker for the dead.
Trying to understand the Formics, give them a voice.
Redemption, even after everything.
It's powerful stuff. So we've gone deep on Ender's Game. What have we learned?
Well, it's a warning, right? About power manipulation. About thinking there's only one way to win.
We have to question things, challenge authority.
And see the humanity in everyone. Even our enemies.
Absolutely. And maybe, most importantly,
there's always hope.
Even when it seems impossible.
For growth, for change, for a better future.
This has been The Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, keep exploring, keep thinking, keep diving deeper.